Hello friends, blessings of the day to each and every one of you. My name is Celine. Once again, welcome to Living by Faith TV, literally. As you can see, my hair is a mess. Now, I took it upon myself and to make my own hair growth oil. Prior to this, I used to have long dreads. But the winter have been brutal on my hair. Of course, it didn't do anything bad because I had a haircut. However, since my hair keeps staying all tied up, that's how I keep it throughout the course of the winter. I'm asking myself, what's the point in cutting my hair? So, see the edges? Oh, it was bad. It was completely clean like this. Clean. But since I made that hair growth oil, and I kept adding it. I keep adding it. Not as often as I should, but I said whenever I have to talk to you guys, so why not? I was about to do this anyway. Now, this is a shampoo that I use for my hair and conditioner. However, this conditioner, I have taken it and I have added a mix I have in my fridge with rice water and other stuff. Now, I'm not going to go into details because this is not what my channel is about, okay? It's not what it's really about, but I figure since I'm going to be talking, might as well just show you all what I'm doing. So I put the mix of the rice water and everything in the conditioner, and I usually add it to my hair to moisturize my hair, okay? And I do that. So it will moisturize my hair. I will keep it in there. And I'm going to add also the hair oil, the hair growth oil I made. Okay, now I must say, because of depression and stress, all of that I'm going through today, it's not just today, friends, to be honest with you. I had a doctor's appointment today that I couldn't make because of the way that I feel, so I didn't go anywhere. I stayed home. My hair is currently really dry right now. Finished taking a shower, thought I would do that and bring you all along with me. Now, I don't have the energy to do much. I don't have the will to do much. Last video I said I have to literally will myself out of bed with the help of God, of course. But today I find myself in a situation that is very common to me for someone that suffers with chronic health issues. And that includes pain, illness, mental illness as well, physical and mental. I suffer with severe depression, anxiety and stress. So because of all of that, I find myself in a situation where there's a lot to be done, but there is very little I accomplish. I cannot just get up and start cleaning even though I want to anymore. All the things that I would like to do, I cannot keep on doing it anymore. So I promise to show my face more in my videos. It's still a mess, but I expect changes because for me, I do not know what causes acne for some people and breakouts. But one thing I have already realized, for me, it's sweets. Anything sweet, if I make it regular enough or do it regular enough, what you will find for me is that it will give me breakouts. It will leave black mark. I also suffer with hyperpigmentation, really bad. Now, when you have a complexion like mine and you suffer with hyperpigmentation, it's dark. You can see. Okay? So it makes things way worse than it should. My hair oil, I put it in that sweet almond. Since the bottle is empty and I use it anyway, I just put it in that. It's a very easy way to apply. And today is the 24th of March, 2026. Just stating that out there because sometimes I forget to put the date as to when I'm doing things, and this it's not gonna be all that is to that video. There's gonna be more. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to be doing with my hair long term. I was so used to my dreads because I had it for about 12 to 15 years, I believe. But since I cut it, I feel naked now. Yeah, I kind of feel naked. It's the truth. It's the truth. So yeah. So this is what I deal with when I do my hair and I have to oil my scalp. But to be honest with you, this oil works so much for me. A lot. I use the base oil. I use coconut oil and olive oil. Last time I made it, it was castor oil and coconut oil. But this time, olive and coconut. It doesn't make a difference. If there is any one of you going through menopause or at that stage where you're losing your hair, I'm telling you, there was a time when I did that, you were seeing a big blank space. That big blank space. But all of that have filled up. I'm so happy about that. All of it have filled up. So I never doubted the oil would have worked because this is not the first time I'm doing it. And when I had my dreads, I used to do it to maintain my dreads. So what I don't do is that I don't always untangle my hair. I have extremely sensitive scalp and I am one of those people that suffer from fibromyalgia. So it's difficult for me. It's not easy. Yes. I use my saran wrap to wrap my hair. So the treatment that I put in there can stay nice and comfortably. It can penetrate my hair. So this is what I do. I do not have the plastic wrap. So the plastic hair cap. So I just use this like so. I am going to make one of the simplest salad. This is me babying my baby. Remember that baby I told you all that I do not love at all? A hatred for this baby? Well, this is it. I have to feed it. So I'm going to take some of this and put it in there for me to wash and spin. When you have depression, to those of you who suffer with depression, you know what I'm talking about. There are people that say they are depressed and they would sit and just bench it. Any and everything that come their way. For me, It is the complete opposite. I'm not like. I don't have the energy to prepare food for me to eat. I do not have the energy to eat as much as I should. I do not have any of the energy to do any of the things that I'm supposed to be doing for myself. I woke up this morning and I went right back and lay down because I had an appointment and my head was hurting, my body was not feeling well. I did not have a choice, and that happens a lot and very often. Right after that, when I woke up again, it was about minutes to 2 o'clock. So I put on some coffee and I had that for the day. Right now I'm going to add some Parmesan cheese to this. Just a little, not much. For some flavor. And some mozzarella cheese. I have learned that it's the best cheese for a diabetic. Or, like I would like to say, someone with a newborn baby. It is not an easy task to be living with all of these health complications at once. Having one is enough. Having one health complication is enough. But when you have to deal with multiple health conditions, including fibromyalgia and a blood disorder, diabetes, chronic pain, oh my goodness. Just to name a few. Friends, it's not an easy task. I know I'm not the only one going through that out there. And I know some people don't want to talk about their business. But it is not always talking about your business that is the situation. It's just like I believe there is strength in multiple. There is strength in multiple. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Lots of people that know me like to say that I am a very strong person. I don't agree with that. The reason for that is very simple. I did not choose what I am going through right now. I have to deal with what I am going through. I am choosing this raspberry vinaigrette. So it says raspberry, walnut vinaigrette. So I'm going to use some of that. I'm going to put that in a bowl for me to eat. Okay, I'm going to put that in here. And then I am going to put a vinaigrette only. Now usually my salad would look much more attractive. I just want to use these greens before they spoil because they have a tendency to spoil before I actually use them. I buy them every month and they just sit in the fridge. Sometimes I use it once, sometimes not at all. And you know what happens to salad when you buy them and you leave them in the fridge? It spoils. So this has some Parmesan cheese, mozzarella cheese, and a few raisins. Okay, let's put some of that on there. That's enough. And I am going to enjoy it because it's simple. It has no tomatoes, nothing else I would usually put. I have none in that. Why? I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy to stand up and prepare a long meal to put the purple onions and all of the things in there. I just don't. And instead of not doing it at all, and I know I'm supposed to be doing it, I rather just take the leaves and cut them up. Make it simple. And that vinaigrette is so nice. I'm not a fan of vinaigrette, I'm a fan of dressings, but this one is very nice, and if you're looking for one, maybe you should try it to see. On this particular day, this was the following day, and I was going to make something to eat, and this was not a good week for me, friends. So I was going to blend some vegetables with egg, put in there, season, and put it in the oven for me to eat. It was the simplest thing I could come up with, and then to still get something in my stomach. Since I'm not doing the fried foods right now, I didn't fry the egg, but I just put everything together and put it in the oven. You'll see what I do. You know, the Bible says, be anxious for nothing, but in all things, with prayer and supplication and thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God. I have been going through this roller coaster of illness for so long in my life. This week was one of the weeks when I move like I'm moving in slow motion. You know, there are times I can do things and I feel normal even though my body hurts and certain things are going on. However, there are times when I literally feel like I am a baby learning to do things. Even though I know exactly what to do, I have to double think everything to get it correct. It's almost like I'm so far off. I'm not there. My body is present, but my mind isn't because I'm so far. I have to second guess myself as to a recipe I know. I have to second guess myself as to every little thing I do. And to top it off, I cannot move as normal. It's not even as fast as I normally do, as normal, as usual as I normally do. And I realize that when these things are going on, I believe I'm down in a dumpster. And that's what I call depression. It slows you down. For me, it takes away my appetite. It allows me to procrastinate a lot instead of getting things done. And on all that time, one of the things I never stop doing is talking to God. All day, all night, 24 hours, I ask him for strength because he said his strength will be made perfect in weakness. You know, I have learned to trust God in my walk with being ill. I have learned to depend on God with my walk with being ill. When family have failed, friends have failed, my back is against the wall, things does not seem to be going how I expected my future to be at this point in my life, I trust God. I believe in him. And not only that, I have been trusting him for such a long time. He have proven himself to me time and time again. I don't have any doubt as to whether or not God will come through for me. The question merely remains when he comes through for me. I don't have that intel. I don't know when he's going to come through, but I know he will come through, and he always keeps his promises to me when he says to us, I will never leave you nor forsake you. I will supply all of your needs according to my riches in glory. In Psalm 91, it says, 1,000 shall fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it will never get close enough to you. He said to me and you that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. My friends, he never said the weapon would not be formed. And our weapon, according to the same way our faces differ, so is the weapon that is formed against us. Each and every one of us have a different weapon to deal with. As for me, I know exactly what mine is. Can you identify what your weapon that was formed against you is in your life today? Do you know what it is? Do you have the strength to become victorious on your own? Or do you need the help of God to overcome that weapon? Because I can tell you, I can surely tell you, mine, it's not an easy one to come through. But God have done it for me, and He also can do it for you. This channel and these meals that I'm preparing and trying to show on social media what I am doing is to both help me and help somebody else. If you are struggling, you need a word of encouragement, you can get it from here. If you're suffering with diabetes and you need to make a meal, you can always look up my recipes. Don't forget to like the video. Please comment on it. You can share the video. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, don't forget to do so. Ring the notification bell so you could be notified every time I post a video. Thank you guys so much.